like to say that we have officially kicked off today's Project Sparrow Showcase Day. It's an auspicious event, and I'm glad that every one of us here could make it. By way of introduction, I'd like to delve right into it. By way of introduction, my name is Stephanie Etiaka. I'm the National Operations Lead for Innovation Hub. Before I delve into some of the things that I have here, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of everyone who is here. I know we have Mr. Emmanuel Azano from the Trade Hub of the USAID. Ajibola, if you could help me with sorry. So if you could just come to that quickly. I also know that I see my friend from Kitovu. I personally recognize you because you disturbed me. I'm getting a bit of feedback. Okay, so I see my friend from Kitovu. I see my friends from Business Process. Could we say that it's Lagos traffic that has held people behind? If I have your permission, I could also, if I have the permission of everybody, before we go right into the meetup, we can extend grace of about 5 to 10 minutes if I have your permission. If not, we'll soldier on with the program as if we're not waiting for other people. So I just like to do something that they do on the plenary, in the plenary session of the House. Those in support of us waiting for our colleagues stuck in Lagos traffic, say aye. Those against, say nay. Okay, the ayes have it. So I'll come back again in another 10 to 15 minutes. But I also acknowledge the presence of my people in Abuja. I see you, I hear you, and we'll come back in. Abuja, there's no traffic. You could literally have left your house at 4:30, and you'll probably be at the venue in time. But the city that we live in, we have to extend grace. So I'll be back in another 15 minutes, and we'll officially kick off. Thank you very much. Okay, good evening, everybody, once again. Thank you for that grace that was extended to our people joining us here at the physical location. I also have the pleasure of welcoming everyone who's joining us via Zoom. I know we have investors from around the world who are connected to this program and are going to play a key part in the coming days after this showcase day. And I'll go right straight into it. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Project Sparrow Showcase Day. I'd like to thank you for being here. I'd like to thank you for the journey that we have had so far. A couple of months ago, we had an event like this, but it was to commence what has now become a process, or would I say a program that is about to unleash a new set of innovation on the Nigerian agri-tech space. Before we get started, I'd like to express my sincere appreciation to everyone who has helped make today a success, from the programs team to the WeHub team to the investment team to the startups themselves who have had to join classes over a couple of months, who have participated in ideation sessions and pretty much been in the thick of things. I like to say thank you. You've made the ride worthwhile. We started the journey with 73 startups. We put them through a process, and I'd just like to reiterate what the objectives of this program was: to prepare the MSMEs to receive and manage capital, to grow their businesses, to position for scaling, and of course to improve their current models with relevant innovation and innovative techniques that they can deploy. Another objective was to ensure that the appropriate level of knowledge of finance and key terms of investment, of how the landscape is transitioning from a traditional agribusiness, some people are agri-tech, to a business that's going to receive venture capital. There's some things that you need to know, and part of the objectives of this program was to prepare the startups to be able to understand those things, and of course to improve and to hit the objectives, which is to acquire skills, to build relationships, to provide solutions in terms of inputs, farming systems, access to markets, digital systems and storage systems for 25,000 smallholder farmers in the respective Feed the Future states. Tonight's exercise is to take a look at some of these agri-techs and agri-businesses solving the key problems that we have identified, and we're going to reiterate and go over the problems again and how these startups are solving these problems. Tonight's exercise is to take a look at them and then determine the next steps from an investor point of view, from an ecosystem point of view, of course as an innovation hub from a support and a business building point of view. This address will not be complete if I do not extend the warmest appreciation to our partners from the West Africa Trade Hub of the USAID, from FCMB, our partners from FCMB, DBN, Afropreneur Angel Fund. We also have partner hubs, Growth Hub, Kebbi Innovation Hub, Colab, Avon Innovation Hub, and of course our investment team from LoftyInc Capital Management. To every startup that has been part of the program, I'd like to congratulate you. You have become a part of one of the largest innovation networks in Africa, and it can only get better from here. To everybody here, I'd like you to sit back and enjoy the evening. You are welcome once again. Thank you. So, just right into it. I'd like to recognize the presence. I kind of did the introductions before now. Mr. Emmanuel Azaino is a representative of the West Africa Trade Hub of the USAID. I also have here Mr. Kuzai Gumuyu. I'm sorry if I murder your name. I'm so sorry. He's an executive director at First City Monument Bank. Sorry, head agribusiness at First City Monument Bank, FCMB. And also we have Mr. Pascal Ononugbo from NERSAL. I would like to especially to this event. It's a pleasure to host you. I see Ben from Connectivest as well. Ben and his team. Thank you guys for being here. All the whole skeletal work behind the process. Thank you very much. I don't know if Mr. Ifeanyi is here, present. He's supposed to come up and give us a few remarks. Okay, so what I'm going to have up here now is media. Please, can you be at media? So I want us to do a roll call of all the startups that one way or the other made it to the final round. So if you have that video, it's that video that has been playing. Oh, okay. It's that video that has been playing. I just want us to do a roll call of all the startups again, so we can celebrate the people who have come this far with us in this journey. If I have your permission, yeah, okay, so I just quickly need you to run it one startup at a time, so we look at it. From Lagos. You guys here? So if you can hear, just wave.
payments. Some pay get them to your agriculture. Because we don't need payments. Okay. I can go to a, yeah. Okay. So when about with the trade hub, I'm a partner with Lofty. Startups and background for the next 2 to 3 years, monitoring, evaluating, and supporting these companies. Startup that has tonight is how they do the business and anything. So with that, we have a long night. Let me stop and I'll hand it back over to Stephanie. Thank you very much.
Uh, can the media team just lock eyes with me for a minute? I'm waiting for you guys. Can you lock eyes with me for a minute? So, we will be showcasing the founders. As Kevin said, tonight is not about us or the work that we've done, even though the people we're going to be showcasing today are a testament to the work that we've done, right? Media, do you have it for me now? I can't see. Okay, so I'll just read a few things. Productivity has been a perennial challenge for Nigeria's agricultural sector. Despite significant investments and other efforts by major stakeholders, the needle on productivity has not moved a lot in several years. We're not saying there's no progress, but we're saying that it can be better. The sector's many challenges include an outdated land tenure system that constrains access to land, a very low level of irrigation development, limited adoption of research findings and technologies, high cost of farm inputs, poor access to credit, inefficient fertilizer procurement and distribution, inadequate storage facilities, and poor access to markets. All of these factors have combined to keep agricultural productivity low with high post-harvest losses and waste. It's a grim picture, but something is about to be done. So, founders that were input provision category, market access, and financial services category together. I can assure you, prepare to have your mind blown. I can only say that much. I'll leave you in the hands of the media team. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Aisha Rahim, CEO and co-founder of Farms to You. In the next 4 decades, we have to produce the same amount of food as we did in the last 800 decades. Now that's a huge jump. To meet this increased need for food production, Farms to You helps smallholder farmers operate at commercial scale. Hi, Hi, my name is Aisha Rahim, CEO and co-founder of Farms to You. In the next 4 decades, we have to produce the same amount of food as we did in the last 800 decades. Now that's a huge jump. Hi, my name is Aisha Rahim, CEO and co-founder of Farms to You. In the next 4 decades, we have to produce the same amount of food as we did in the last 800 decades. Now that's a huge Hi, my name is Aisha Rahim, CEO and co-founder of Farms to You. In the next 4 decades, we have to produce the same amount of food as we did in the last 800 decades. Now that's a huge jump. To meet this increased need for food production, Farms to You helps smallholder farmers operate at commercial scale, with a focus on sub-Saharan Africa. After all, Africa has 60% of the world's arable land. Smallholder farmers contribute significantly to local production, however, are faced with many challenges because of their size. For instance, how to fund their farm. Smallholder farmers often struggle to access traditional finance from banks or sell their harvested produce to large-scale buyers such as AB InBev. This is where Farms to You comes in. We provide farmers with training on what to grow and how, based on data points like where their farm is located or what the soil composition is. And through our platform, smallholder farmers can get a loan, buy high-quality inputs, and sell their harvested produce to large-scale buyers. So that smallholder farmer that couldn't sell to a buyer like AB InBev alone can now do that with Farms to You. And the market in which we are operating in is growing. And the team building Farms to You is representative of our target users, an emerging youth population going into farming. This is evident by our user groups in Nigeria and Kenya, where more than 60% of our users are between the ages of 18 and 35. As a team, we understand what makes farming unprofitable and unappealing, and we address this for our users. And you might be wondering why we have our thumbs up. That's because we call ourselves Farms to You hitchhikers. We're hitching a ride to Farms to You's success, a path defined by our individual intrinsic values. Mine is making the food system more sustainable and nutritious. And we're guided on this journey by experienced advisors. Of the 6,150 users we have to date, most of whom were onboarded on our training platform, providing farmers with information on what to grow and how, we're scaling our offering to now provide our users with loans, as well as facilitate input transaction and offtake trades. And with partnerships with institutions such as Harvest Plus, a leading input provider, and pilot conversations with AB InBev, we seek to scale our revenue streams. We make money and thus revenue by charging commissions on each of these 2 transactions. To ensure a food secure future, smallholder farmers in sub-Saharan Africa have a huge role to play. So if this is a problem that resonates with you, we want to hear from you. Thank you. Hi.
My name is Owigose Malcolm, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Farm Medical Nigeria.
I don't think. Okay. Yeah. So I was just asked. I'm just going to say it now. Sorry. Okay. So I was just asked, how do I express an interest or find more about these companies? Well, through our partner Connectives, you should see on your table a QR code, and we'll be putting it on the screen as well for the folks in Lagos and Abuja. They have it. This will allow you to go directly. You just scan it with your phone to the Connectives platform. It takes about 10 seconds to register by email. If you have any challenges, raise your hand, and Ben and Osir are here to help you. And there you will see these videos. You'll see investment memos for these companies. And we as AAG, we operate a syndicate, which means you can invest with us and send, and pool our investment together to help support these companies. So it's all right here. It's listed. Straight to the Connectives platform, to the Sparrow Fund site. And it's all there. I'll be reminding you throughout the night, but just wanted everyone to understand that that's how you can interact and say, I find this company very interesting. I'd like to learn more. Okay, it's not binding at this stage, but that's that. So with that, Stephanie, we can continue on with the videos. Great, thank you very much.
We're focused on providing solutions to on and off farm challenges through innovative means by ways of pest and disease control, linkage to market, financial and technological aid to smallholder farmers, and my name is Owigose Malcolm and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Farm Medic Nigeria. We are focused on providing solutions to on and off farm challenges through innovative means by ways of pest and disease control, linkage to market, financial and technological aid to smallholder farmers, and agro-processor. According to the United Nations, the world is expected to grow by 8.5 billion people by 2030. Africa, Nigeria isn't left behind. It is also discovered that lack of pest and disease control system results to over 40% of crop produced globally going to waste annually, and is also a major cause of pre and post-harvest losses to farmers and losses during storage to agro-processors in Nigeria. Now, market and finance is also a major problem faced by these farmers, and with the aid of our technology, we hope to provide sustainable solution to these challenges. We are developing a software which will be adaptable to any smartphone to provide innovative solutions to challenges faced by farmers and agro-processors. With the aid of our technology, farmers can be able to identify, monitor, and treat pest and disease infections. For farmers without smartphone, we have field workers and extension agents equipped with smartphones to mediate with them. Now, we also provide financial and technological support in form of capacity building and training for farmers and agro-processors. By creating a farmer and agro-processor community, we create a direct link to viable market for farmers and a direct link to quality farm produce for agro-processor. Now, how would our technology work? We are building technology to accommodate any farmer, no matter the level of your technology, to be able to transfer from one point of the app to another without any form of external help. Our business model, we have identified value proposition, key partners, target market, revenue streams such as subscription-based, consultant fee, interest on loan, partners advertising. Now, I'm a certified entrepreneur and leadership expert, graduate BSc, 5 years experience in farming, 2 years experience in ICTC. I've worked with several agri-tech companies such as Agricor, Opticen, Deep Tech Technology. Now, my team comprises of my co-founder, who is a BSc in agricultural extension with 3 years farming experience, a digital marketer, several field agents. And over the coming months, we hope to expand this team to meet our forecasted growth and expected growth. Over the years, we have reached out to 30 farmers directly and agro-processors to help them tackle their pest and disease, and indirectly we have reached out to over 100 farmers and agro-processors. Over the coming months, we hope to increase this to over 2,000 users using our platform. With over 200 million people to feed, Nigeria requires a lot of food production, preservation, and circulation. It is safe to say that our product and service has one of the biggest and growing addressable market. And as smartphone becomes more handy in both rural and urban areas, they will also become handy in agricultural productivity. We are asking for $50,000 for our offer share of 20% equity share. 50% goes to infrastructure, 20% to app development, working capital, and 10% to market expansion. Thank you.
Hi, $350 billion market. Africa has a $350 billion market opportunity for food, but it is currently plagued by unavailability, unaffordability, and pricing irregularity, which culminates into over 20% inflation rate for food in countries like Nigeria. And that is because this big market relies on 250 million smallholder farmers who lack support in terms of input, credit, expertise, but also access to scientific production methods. Then comes in food locker. We use market access and precision agriculture to meet the farm produce needs of large buyers by supporting African smallholder farmers with scientifically tested production methods, input, credit, expertise, but also markets. We call it a farming as a service platform. How does it work? We collect historical demand data and forward contracts from large buyers. We then forecast the demand into the future so that we can inform the smallholder farmers about what to produce and when. Our partners then provide input, credit, and expertise to the smallholders. While the farmers are producing, we're collecting data, we're optimizing their yields, we're paying them, and at harvest, we sell to the large buyers, leveraging our logistics partners, but also our omni-channel distribution system. Ultimately, the farmers make more money, and everybody else makes money. In this presentation, I'll focus on foodlocker.africa, which is the supply side of our solution, that allows us to scale the productivity of a lot of smallholder farmers efficiently. This system requires for us to train smallholder farmers about production protocols. These protocols are day-to-day activities that help a farmer to achieve optimal yields in their production activities. While the farmer is then producing, our extension service agents are collecting data either through text message or through IoT or through an offline mobile app that doesn't require internet. All of this data gets sent into a dedicated server, becomes converted into farm performance indicators that banks can then generate their creditworthiness data from. My team has over 60 years of work experience in marketing, operations, technology development, and core agriculture. We make money in 3 ways: by selling farm produce with a lifetime value of $1.4 million. We charge commissions on loans and insurance products that we secure for the smallholders. And we also charge $5 per hectare for every large grower that wants to use our solution to manage their farms. We've done more than $1.2 million in sales since we started. We have a league of partners who are already supporting us. We've supported thousands of farmers, and we're ready to do more. These are some of the projects we've done. For example, livestock production in southwest Nigeria, production of maize, soybeans, and sorghum in Kaduna, and we're doing even more across the country. We go to market on the demand side by leveraging our key account managers who help us to secure customers. On the supply side, we leverage agricultural ecosystems, banks, insurance companies, and cooperatives. We're raising $1.9 million in equity and debt to finance production in 6 value chains using technology. 900,000 of that will be full debt, and it will be deployed working capital. Equity will be the remaining $1 million. Over the next 5 years, we're going to have more than $19 million in sales, and net profit will be above 25%. Ladies and gentlemen, the 250 million smallholder farmers in Africa are waiting for you to back Food Locker. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Olusegun, a co-founder and CEO of Rural Farmers Hub. 400 million smallholder farmers across Africa are producing less food per hectare than they did 30 years ago. This is alarming in spite of the fact that the land area cultivated has increased by 4x. Similarly, the average productivity of grains in Africa remains less than half of the global average. I know this because I come from a farming background and I've watched countless number of farmers from my home village struggle to make ends meet. Now, the primary cause of this is the farmers' use of legacy farming practices that is not backed by data, further compounded by their lack of access to the latest climate-smart information, which inhibits the ability to improve yield and increase income. At Rural Farmers Hub, we have developed a solution to this problem called Capture. Capture is a software that converts soil, crop, and climate data into powerful insights for farmers to improve soil quality, crop yield, and help government and agribusinesses make better policy and business decisions. Capture enables precision farming by combining big data and agronomic data, which is delivered via voice, SMS, mobile app, or in person. Our business model is simple. We charge $7 per hectare per month and $28 annually, and earn a commission of between 10 to 100% from the sale of complementary farm inputs. Over 25,000 farmers that have used Capture have seen an average yield increase of 35% and an income increase of 80%. Rural Farmers Hub is contributing towards food security and improved livelihood in Africa, in countries like Nigeria, Burkina Faso, and Zimbabwe. In 2021, we earned a revenue of $200,000, representing a growth of 1,000% year on year. In 2022, thus far, we've earned a total of $70,000. In addition, we closed our pre-seed round of $500,000 in May. Now, the global precision market is estimated at $5 billion, expected to grow to $13 billion by 2027. Our total addressable market size is $240 million. At Rural Farmers Hub, we are on track to reach 1 million farmers in 2025 through our scale-up projects in countries like Burkina Faso and Zimbabwe, in partnership with organizations like GIZ, Mexico, Save the Children, and the likes. Our team is an execution machine that extends up to the farm gate. We are seeking to raise the sum of $5 million at a post-money valuation of $20 million. These funds will enable us to expand our market across Africa and bolster our products. Join us to improve the future of farming in Africa. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I'm David Nelson from GFix Technologies, and we're unlocking quality vehicle care for farm asset managers. We understand that food security and food sufficiency is a national goal. And in order for us to attain this goal, it is expedient that as a country we transition from the traditional farming methods into mechanized farming. And so far, we've achieved 10% mechanization in Nigeria. Further studies also show that in order for us to attain that goal, there is need for an additional 750,000 tractors into the farming sector. But sadly, we are still at 7,000 tractors. And of these 7,000 tractors, unfortunately, only about 40.5% of these tractors are actually serviceable, largely due to the inadequate machinery maintenance and lack of skilled technicians. And this leads to underutilization of these machineries and reduced production yield in mechanized farming, further stretching our journey towards food sufficiency in Nigeria. Making this even worse, talking about the utilization of these serviceable assets, of the private-owned tractors and machineries, the utilization comes down to 57.2% annually. And for the government-owned assets, the utilization in terms of hours is as low as 18.9%. This is a huge problem that we are addressing at GFix. We are providing access to professional heavy-duty vehicle maintenance and repair services through our network of verified and trained experts in 3 simple steps. A farm manager or a farmer makes a request on a smartphone device or laptop, picks a location and a time for whatever service needs to be done, and we match that service with the right expert who gets dispatched to the right location at the right time. The beautiful thing about our solution is that it helps fleet managers and asset managers to effectively run, track, and efficiently utilize their assets, which in turn will lead to improved output and yield, keeping their machineries longer in the farms. And that's the way we can have increased utilization, increased yield, increased production, and we can move forward and accelerate towards the goal of food sufficiency in Nigeria. Over the last few years, we have had a track record servicing the light line vehicles, so the cars, the SUVs, and the trucks. And over the years, we've generated a revenue of over $230,000 US, 60% of which was done over the last 12 months. We've had access to a network of over 10,000 technicians across the country, done over 2,300 jobs, and managed over 500 vehicles currently. We want to replicate this results and even more with the heavy-duty vehicles in the country. The industry is very promising. With only 10% mechanization achieved so far, we have a long way to go, and that presents itself a beautiful and a large opportunity for us to capitalize on. In fact, the tractor industry in Nigeria as of 2018 was reported to generate a revenue of over $350 million US annually. And with a 4.4% growth rate, currently the industry should be evaluated at more than $400 million US. And if we're able to solve these problems, we'll be able to tap into this huge market and get the benefits of this project. Part of the value we're offering to our customers, our B2B and B2C optimized interface, the first ever training and certification program that we assess the skill of all our experts to make sure that the right capability is being sent for the right job at the right time. And also, we are aggregating the largest supply of experts technically within the country, closing quality gaps using democratized TSPs, which are only accessible to people who can afford them, like dealerships or standard garages. And also, we carry out expert profiling and ranking, making sure that every expert sent to the location is the right one to get the job done. Our team comprises engineers, mechanical engineers, and business professionals, both in several sectors and also in the farming sector. Our go-to-market strategy is streamlined for success. We plan to acquire our customers through B2B partnerships because we recognize that these farm assets are expensive assets and are usually procured by organizations that can afford to get them in bulk and get them in quite a large quantity. We want to partner with them to ensure that those fleets are maintained by us in great condition. On our supply, we are aggregating our technicians and our experts through partnerships with associations and institutions, which we have already done, and we'll be doing more of that in the coming months to come. Today, we are asking for $120,000 with a $9 million US post-money valuation. And this money will help us develop our product both for the technicians and for the customer side of things. We'll also be expanding our operations into 5 cities in the country and also acquiring customers. We invite you to join us as we build the operating system for the modern automotive and locomotive repairs in Africa, thereby helping us achieve food sufficiency as a country. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ifoma, co-founder Big A. We're here to tell you more about the Big A initiative, the problems we solve, and why you should join us in this journey. Nigeria is arguably the largest producer of maize in Africa and has the potential of being one of the leading exporters of maize globally. Unfortunately, we are still not able to meet local demands for maize due to critical problems. At Big A, we have identified 3 major problems. Number 1, most farmers in Nigeria are small scale with limited knowledge and poor agricultural practices, which leads to low quality, low yield of maize. Number 2, now, it is nearly impossible to find a single platform to procure maize that can meet production demand in Nigeria. Procurement managers are so frustrated that they have to depend on foreign imports to meet demand gap. Last year alone, foreign imports of maize into Africa hit $4 billion, and that is what we can already consider as our addressable market. Number 3, due to poor storage and distribution infrastructure, they lose billions of naira to post-harvest loss.
By 2024, we aim to reach, connect, and build a database of 10,000 farmers across our focus states to guide and support them with improved agricultural practices that would have the highest yielding potential per hectare. We also aim to build operational hubs for efficient storage and distribution of maize. And also, we have provided a simplified digital platform for ready buyers to easily aggregate by 2023. Our vision is to ultimately create wealth and economic prosperity by linking the smallholder farmers to the local and global markets. In a few seconds, I would like to show you how the platform works. So you just type biga.africa. While it opens, you go to corporate buyer. If it's your first time, you register, but I'm already registered, so I just go ahead and log in. And it takes you straight to your dashboard, which gives you visibility of all your orders, paid orders, unpaid orders. I will just demonstrate how to create an order. So maize, you select the type of maize you want, yellow maize. You select 3 tons. I want it to be delivered 8th of July. I use the address Awolowo Road, contact name, and I use this demo. So I can select the payment schedule. So you have up to 45 days here. So I can request for proforma invoice. 2 options: go to your dashboard or the order center to review the proforma invoice, which you have 3 options to either accept, edit, or decline. So whichever one you do, it has simplified at a great deal how you can locally source and buy maize just in few quick clicks. Our SDG goal is to support eradication of poverty and hunger. We aim to target 3 major industries: the animal feed industry, the brewery industry, and the flour milling industry. We aim to make money through 3 different revenue models. Number 1, direct sales. Number 2, logistics. And number 3, by renting space to farmers or companies outside our maize program. For our revenue projections, we aim to onboard 5,000 farmers within the first year of the program at a yield of approximately 2 tons per hectare and a targeted storage capacity of 5,000. As we continue to improve the agricultural practices and potentially increasing the yield per hectare while onboarding more farmers into the program, we project to make averagely 116 billion naira by year 5. Our ask is $6 million for a 65% return on investment over a 5-year period on average to enable us to launch a broader onboarding program of these farmers, provide the extension services for these farmers, set up the operational hubs, and acquire the delivery trucks. What makes us different is our team. We strongly believe that we have the right people to drive our vision to reality. I have almost 12 years of experience in the food and beverage sector, helping them with raw material sourcing and also quality assurance. Mr. Wale used to be my customer anyways when he was working in the breweries. Mr. Ojo, who is a senior researcher with IITA, happens to be our technical director. Mrs. Foma has extensive experience in the supply chain sector within industrial manufacturing, and Mr. Ugo has done a couple of projects with private and public sector in the area of agriculture. We have an aligned passion to take advantage of this huge opportunity that we see in the market today. We look forward to discussing further with you as we grow together. Thank you.
Opportunity to invest in AgroBus by Asusu founded. Present to you today the opportunity to invest in AgroBus by Asusu founded by Yusuf Zakari. So picture this: I met a farmer in Kano State, a smallholder farmer in Kano State, wants to do more in his farmland. He has only been able so far to farm on 10% of his total acres of land. And he doesn't have his savings, but he wants to farm more and increase his production. So Ahmed goes to the bank in town to request for a loan from a financial institution or access to any loan. But he's required to produce several documents that he doesn't have: credit histories, his financial reports, his financial dealings for a couple of years. Ahmed doesn't have this because he doesn't document his transactions. He doesn't have a savings, and he doesn't have access to financial tools or services. Ahmed goes home without a loan. The big problem we're trying to address is the problem of lack of data, lack of credit histories, and lack of financial services available to smallholder farmers. Smallholder farmers make a very significant amount of the market when it comes to foodstuffs and consumer goods, consumer livestock in Africa, and especially in countries like Nigeria. Our solution is by providing for these smallholder farmers an organized and smart data for improved access to financial services, meaning that we are offering, the AgroBox offers not just a platform, but a platform for smallholder farmers to save and engage in financial transaction and business transaction. What's unique about the AgroBox is that this system, which is currently running, is available via web, mobile app, and USSD, meaning that it can reach anyone anywhere as long as they are using a mobile device, no matter the type. Now, our team is made up of myself. I'm the customer service rep as well as in charge of marketing and operations. The founder of Asusu, Yusuf Zakari, who works as a software development person and is into technology project management. And one of the key members of our team is Suleiman Tambaya, who is a seasoned farmer and has had years of experience in the financial sector. Our ask is for $200,000 US, and this is very important for us to be able to put people on the ground to ensure that we can reach these smallholder farmers where they are, in their clusters and in their farm groups, get their information and get them into our system. Also to improve our software for development and making it more user friendly. So far, we've been able to process over million naira in loans and savings, and currently we're working on onboarding over 250,000 women farmers in the small-scale women farmers organization in Nigeria, SUFON. We're working with them currently and uploading and giving their farmers digital identities and getting them on their platform. We also have a number of cooperatives on our platform already. Now, every farmer needs the agro-box to grow, definitely, but we need you, our investors, to partner with us to ensure that this solution gets to everyone. What we're offering our investors is a return on their investment, definitely, and key shares in our organization. We look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ahmed Humar and I am co-founder and CEO at FoodInsure. FoodInsure is a digital food security system that stimulates micro savings towards personal food security ahead of emergencies. In 2020, the world experienced a global pandemic that made us realize that food is one of the most important, if not the most important, for survival. A lot of people lost their jobs and were unable to meet their food needs. Also, Nigeria in 2018 was declared the poverty capital of the world, and Africa was further projected to house the most world poor by 2023. Also, we have found a link between poverty and hunger. However, in the case of Africans would rather spend on parties, on weddings, on gadgets, and skimp on food for months to come. Also, in 2021, over 10 million people were estimated to be food insecure, that is, in dire need of food assistance. Our solution, however, is to stimulate the demand end and use this to fulfill the supply end. That is, we stimulate more people to save towards food, emergencies, and use this particular funding that we get from the savings to activate farmers to further farm food products that would fulfill this demand. Our unique value proposition, however, is to enable customers cope with emergencies, the foreseen one and the ones they would not be able to see. And then we are also able to give customers the ability to see real-time market prices of food while they invest their money with us. As they would with any savings account, we're able to also create an opportunity for customers to get much more than the value of what they put in with us today when they redeem their food items. So far, we have a database of around 1,500 rice farmers who would immediately be working with us, a minimum viable product for our digital food insurance platform, which we have tested and currently running a market survey. The team consists of myself with over 6 years experience in social entrepreneurship and Olayemi Obademi, who has over 8 years experience as a product manager, and Femi Oluwagbemi, who has 8 years experience in agribusiness development. Our go-to-market strategy includes securing partners in terms of logistics, delivery, as well as fulfillment partners, and building a robust social media campaign that would onboard around 500 active users within the first 3 months. We're asking for a total sum of $500,000, which would enable us to fine-tune our product and go to market with our social media strategy, and also onboard these 500 active users. And also, this will enable us to secure the right partnerships, form the right team for this product to go ahead. We are reachable via our mobile number and email at ahmed.umar@foodinsure.co or femi.oluwagbemi@foodinsure.co. Our website is foodinsure.co. Thank you. Hello everyone.
Hi, my name is Nonso Eze, and I'm the co-founder of TradeBuzzer, an ag tech company building a data and API infrastructure for agricultural finance and last-mile smallholder operations. Today, more than ever, Africa is increasingly faced with a food security crisis, with our population which is set to double between now and the year 2050. The demand for food is also estimated to double over the same period. At the heart of it all, we have smallholder farmers who are responsible for 80% of crop production in sub-Saharan Africa. These smallholder farmers lack access to finance, which inhibits their ability to procure quality inputs. With access to finance, the smallholder farmers will be able to procure quality inputs and increase their yields by up to 100%. According to the IFC, smallholder financing deficits for sub-Saharan Africa and emerging markets is estimated at over $400 billion, and only about $50–60 billion is currently being made available by financiers. Now, for these financiers who are interested in financing this segment, they lack access to operational data, which affects their ability to effectively carry out credit risk analysis at scale, as well as agriculture portfolio monitoring at scale. Now, this is where TradeBuzzer comes in. Our platform helps capture last-mile smallholder farmer and farm data for farmer organizations and agribusinesses. It also leverages satellite and remote sensing tech to help financiers manage their agricultural lending operations at scale. Now, these agricultural lending operations include pre-loan assessments down to agriculture portfolio monitoring and aggregation at harvest. Now, how do we make money? Our platform is deployed as a software as a service for our clients in a B2B model. We charge a fee per farmer data captured on our TradeBuzzer capture solution. We also charge a fee per hectare of farmland accessed using our Agro API solution. And we charge a fee per farmer monitored using our Agro platform. We are looking to introduce an additional revenue stream in the coming months, and we're looking to help facilitate lending to these smallholder farmers. And we're looking to earn income from the interest fee that is earned in lending to these farmers. Our competitive advantage is in threefold. Our proprietary tech, which we consider really key because of our integrated platform, which has models for data capture, field operations monitoring, and satellite image processing. Our data, which we've been able to garner over the years, is also really key for us. In the last couple of years, we've been able to onboard over 1 million smallholder farmers on our platform. And our team of 16, which has diverse experience across different industries and disciplines. Over the last couple of years, we've been able to onboard over 1 million smallholder farmers on our platform. Our clients have also used our Agro API solution to carry out pre-loan assessments for over 240,000 hectares of farmland. In the last couple of years as well, over the last 3 years, we've been able to earn over $1 million in revenue. We're looking to improve our unit economics by introducing an additional revenue line that can see us earn more fees from the services we provide for our clients and for smallholder farmers. The market size, like I touched on earlier, is estimated at $450 billion, which is the smallholder financing deficit in sub-Saharan Africa and in emerging markets. So this provides a large enough problem and an opportunity to try to crack. We're looking to raise 500,000 seed funding. We are looking to use the funds to develop our product further, take care of key personnel costs, and grow our market. Well, thank you, and we invite you to join us on our mission to help increase access to finance for agribusinesses and smallholder farmers. Thank you.
I believe that we have been blown away, but don't just blow outside
observed what is going on, and so far I think I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing. Our project Sparrow is a very important project to us as a trade hub, and we are very, very proud of what is happening. Our prayer is that through this program, smallholder farmers and the SMEs that have been supported under this program would have access to additional investment, to develop their businesses. One very important message I think I want to pass across today is the fact that the West African Trade and Investment Hub is actually looking forward to investors to invest in these SMEs. And we'll be happy that at the end of this program, we would see investors who will be interested in investing in these SMEs. One of the things that we as a trade hub have done with LoftyInc to encourage investors is to ensure that this program, to ensure that our funding provide a kind of first loss cover for investors. So as these SMEs are presented, please accept them. We know that there's a little bit of risk, in investing in them, but there is a first loss cover, to encourage investors. So my last word is, please invest in these SMEs because that is why we are here. Thank you very much, LoftyInc and partners and everyone that is here. And we are praying and hoping that at the end of this program, these SMEs would be seen as worthy partners and programs that could be invested in. Thank you, and thank you very much. Over.
Thank you, Mr. Zaino. Okay, so I don't know if you're just joining us, maybe you were held up in Lagos traffic. We understand that sometimes you can get to places a bit late. Kevin spoke about Connectivest, which is the investment platform. There's a barcode on your table. You can scan the barcode. So the way the investment is going to go, we have kind of created the Sparrow Fund on Connectivest, and you can look through all the startups that are going to be showcased here tonight. So they have documents that you can read through, videos that you can watch on Connectivest, and you can start the journey to decision making from there. Okay, so those two. I don't know if the media team is ready for me for the second batch, but we're going to be looking at, yeah, that's the barcode. Can you just put it up again? Yes, so that's the barcode. You can scan it. It takes you straight to Connectivest. It would be great to have a link as well. Is the link there? But again, we would send an email to everyone who's connected to this program, everyone who's registered. It's going to have a summary of today's events, next steps in terms of how to get onboarded on Connectivest, and more like a hotline that you can call or email that you can always talk to if you have questions concerning the Project Sparrow Fund. So we're going to be looking at another segment of startups that we have, and they are in the aquaculture space. I'd just like to read something about aquaculture just to set the tone of what it is we should be expecting. Fish is a staple food for many Nigerians, and its consumption accounts for over 40% of the protein in the country, with an annual consumption of about 3.2 million metric tons of inland waters suitable for aquaculture. The business in this category seeks to harness these resources to help feed Africa with innovative production, processing, and distribution models. In the aquaculture section, we have Muna World Empire Fish Extra, Proximity Mats, and Shilling Farms. If the media team is ready, I will now leave this place for us to watch these 4 videos from the fish guys, as I call them.
Do you know over 100,000 persons are infected with typhoid in Nigeria yearly, and this is as a result of consumption of contaminated food and water, and fish is part of it. Hello, my name is Mimuna Denganadisa, and I am the CEO of Muna World Empire. We are a fish farming. Do you know over 100,000 persons are infected with typhoid in Nigeria yearly, and this is as a result of consumption of contaminated food and water, and fish is part of it. Hello, my name is Mimuna Denganadisa, and I am the CEO of Muna World Empire. We are a fish farming and processing company. We do not only stop at processing just the catfish, we ensure that every byproduct of the fish is utilized for revenue generation. We process the fish oil, which is a very good source of omega-3 fatty acid for individual and commercial use. We also process the fish egg into a snack good for our children, and we make what is called the fish dumbu, a shredded fish which is used as a protein spray on our food for those who cannot chew very well, especially the children and the elderly ones. We also process the intestine to go back to the farm to feed our fishes or to feed our animals at home. Now, the problems that we saw and made us to go into this farming is that insufficient supply of hygienic fish and fish products. And one of the big deal of making us to go into the farm is that most of the fish farmers go into post-harvest loss, not getting people to buy from them after great harvest. And also, most of these unprofessional processors use hard chemicals as preservative, which is dangerous to our health system. And this is where Muna Empire comes in. Production of large volume hormonal-free fishes to satisfy the increasing demand, technology-driven processing method leading to ready-to-cook fishes, and then taking of grown-out fishes from fish farmers to reduce post-harvest loss, innovative packaging, and seamless product delivery. We may ensure that we use unique and innovative packaging, and not just unique, we ensure that these are recyclable materials. We also have modern driven technology to reduce health hazard on all our customers. We make sure that we have intensive research on internet marketing, and we utilize all the channels. We are an integrated and aquaculture firm with a special bias in the catfish farm chain. We are an active fish operation for over 10 years before we got registered. We have been able to grow from smoking of just 500 kilograms of fish per month to smoking about 1 ton of fish per month, with a revenue of $500 to $1,000 and above to $5,000. And this has helped our company to grow tremendously from 38% to a profit net of almost 43%. And this has helped us to send our goods to other parts of the world like UK, USA, and Canada. Our entry strategy has been to ensure delivery of only quality products and always re-engineer digital marketing avenues to drive traction, effective logistics, training and retraining of our staffs. We are seeking the sum of $107,000 to enhance operations for a fish cultivating farm with a capacity of production reaching 20 metric tons, and also for an automated and metric ton per day fish processing claim. Also to enhance production, marketing, and logistics. And what is in for our investor? We're giving out an equity of 20%. Meet our team that will be working together to achieve this goal. And these are our contact addresses. And we say thank you. Do you know?
Hi, my name is Ubi Jesam. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Fish Extra Nigeria. Growing up, my father was a fish farmer. I noticed that whenever it was time for harvest, there was virtually no market for my father. There were people looking for his products, but no way of accessing him, and he didn't know where to get his market from. At the end of the day, my father eventually ran into losses. This problem vectored the Fish Extra mobile app. Our mobile app connects smallholder farmers to end users easily in a few clicks, reducing post-harvest losses by 95%. Fish Extra Nigeria is a tech-driven fish farm that provides catfish and tilapia for households and food businesses at affordable rates. Here is how our mobile app works. We have the marketplace where goods are displayed. We have the connect with farmers section where end users connect with farmers. We have the track in real-time section where end users can track their ordered goods from point of order to point of delivery. Users can sign up as either end users or smallholder farmers. We have the getting started section. We have the product display section, all on our mobile app. We have the following competitive advantage over other fish farms. Our products have longer shelf life. We have a cold storage system. We offer speedy service delivery, and of course our mobile app that connects smallholder farmers to end users in a few clicks. Our total available market is 200 million users. Our serviceable available market is 20 million users, and our current market share is 1,000 users. We have one of the best and experienced management and tech team delivering on this solution. We assess our market through online stores, food delivery vans, restaurants, and food businesses. Through our partnership deal with the School Feeding Project in Nigeria and NISA Microfinance Bank, we have signed up over 1,000 smallholder farmers on our platform, and we have access to the database of over 20 million smallholder farmers in Nigeria. We are projecting a revenue of $100,000 by the end of 2022. We expect our revenue to increase by 50% by the end of 2023, while we are projecting a revenue of $5 million by 2027. We are asking for $150,000 for 20% equity stake in our company. These funds will be used to develop and maintain our platform's infrastructure, improve technology, hire talents, build a cold storage system, and support 100 smallholder farmers with inputs. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity.
Hello, I'm Ezide Prosper, the founder of Proximity Mart. Proximity Mart is an integrated aquacultural farm. Here we are very conscious of our environment. We tend as much as possible to imbibe the best eco-friendly aquacultural practices at different stages of our production. Here we also try to bridge the gap between small-scale and large-scale farmers, giving these smallholder farmers an access to a broader market. The problem we are trying to solve is the problem of importation. About 2.2 million tons of fresh fish is being imported into the country here in order to augment the increase in demand from the growing population. Poor market distribution have contributed to the increase in post-harvest loss, the environmental pollution. Bad aquacultural practices have contributed to the increase in our environmental pollution. The solutions we bring. Here at Proximity Mart, we try as much as possible to bridge the gap between smallholder farmers, large-scale farmers, and direct consumers. We do this by creating a community of smallholder farmers, forming a community and also giving them a voice using our platform, which we design to give them a leverage to reach a wider audience. Processing and packaging is part of the solutions we bring in order to tackle post-harvest loss, environmental sustainability. Here, we play safe, which is also the step which also gives us an edge over other competitors. Here, We make use of solar dryers, making sure that our fish are roasted using solar dryer, not the regular method they use in smoking, which causes normal charcoal, which causes toxicity to the fish. Then we also play eco-friendly. The water discharge from our farm is being channeled down to our vegetable garden, which also serves as a source of manure. It's an integrated farm, so we find a way to interconnect between our fish pond and our vegetable garden. Yeah, knowing fully well that this small scale fish farmers are in rural areas and most of them don't have access to internet or smartphones. We designed a platform. We designed a platform, and also our platform makes use of USSD code. We do just a simple use of USSD code. These farmers can actually impute their inventory to our platform, our database, where we match them with a customer using a P2P API matrix our system works with, or they can register directly. Those of people who have access to internet can also register as vendors as our platform. This will give these farmers a voice. We reach out to them. We give them a voice to sell as much as possible, and also to reach a wider audience. The traction we have achieved so far, we have 1,000 registered farmers currently on our platform. Functional processing plants, we have these situated in River State and in Abuja. Over $5,000 worth of products have been sold through our online platform, and we pride ourselves. Protein pride itself as the major distributor or a supplier of protein to big box retailers like the likes of Sparrow, ShopRite, and Next. Our target market still includes, our target market is the final consumer, the big box retailers, and industrial markets. These are some of our products. Then our competitive advantage. This gives, because we play eco-friendly, we are fully integrated aquacultural farm, easy access to market. Then the future roadmap, we are seeking $50,000 funding, so we can scale profiling in terms of production capacity, more farm equipment, expand operational in terms of region, then launch a more robust platform in order to aggregate and enable exports. Meet the team, Ezide Prosper, the Chief Executive Officer, then co-founder Favor Nathan, and Owasente. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Felix Ojefia, Operational Manager, Shelley Farms. I studied Agric and Bioenvironmental Engineering in the then Delta State Polytechnic, Ozoro. I'm 12 years experience in agro practices. The founder of Shelley Farms is Mr. Shedrack Udieye. We are currently solving the problem of food insecurity in Nigeria, leading to importation of food, malnutrition, and inflation. According to the publication of Punch, 5th March 2020, 420,000 children under the age of 5 are dying of malnutrition yearly. They will keep dying if nothing is done. The rural community can no longer afford proteinous meat for their families. This is where Shelley Farm comes in. We have developed a sustainable food sufficiency agenda. We have embarked on expanding our production capacity with best cultural practices, also training smallholder farmers to do the same with technological impact, to make fish readily available, affordable, and accessible. Since we cannot control all the factors that affect inflation, we have alternative ways of feeding our fish, aside the commercial feeds, which is so exorbitant. We use the attraction of insects to ponds, duckweeds, maggots, chicken byproducts, and we compound our own feed. This gives us best result and save 30% of the cost of production. Why fish? Fish is the best affordable and best animal protein for consumption, also good for human and livestock. We have built a good network of customer base who constantly depend on our products and services. We are also employing technological approach to improve our production capacity, record keeping payment, and services. The market have always been on the lag side of 60%. Demand is higher than supply. At this time, we at Shelly Farm humbly request a total sum of $50,000 for expansion of our production capacity, maize project, feed me, technology, and training. All of this cannot be achieved without this wonderful team. Mr. Shedrack Udiye, BSc Accounting, CEO Shelly Farm is 10 years experience. Ugozi Udiye, HRD Accounting is 5 years experience. My humble self, HRD Agric and Bioenvironmental Engineering, 12 years experience. Aaron Ivli, BSc Animal Scientist, 10 years experience. S.A. Obukoko, HRD Accounting, 4 years experience. As a team, we know what makes the farming not profitable, and we are working on this to mitigate the challenges of food insecurity in Nigeria. If you believe the future generation and the leaders of tomorrow needs to be saved, support us to make this project work to eradicate food insecurity in Nigeria. Best regards from all of us at Shelly Farms. We produce, you eat. Thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, everyone, we're getting to that stage in the evening's proceedings. We've got 4 more videos to go. The last... I need a little help, Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so I just want to take care of a little bit of admin before we have the last 4 videos and everyone runs out to the few snacks that are not yet there. Don't look, they're not there. No, so great. So remember, we're not just here watching really great videos and seeing good things. We are here to really start to identify the companies that we are willing to invest in or put our efforts behind. But I want to explain something that's really unique about the Sparrow Fund and about this entire program, and at the same time acknowledge the folks at USAID's West Africa Trade Hub. And that is, it's unlike any other type of investment you will probably do as an angel investor or someone. And that's because we recognized, and they recognized, that to bring new capital into the agri-tech sector could be challenging for many people. And so they have provided a significant amount of capital that protects the investments that we would be making together in these companies. And that is called, under a scheme we call the first loss guarantee. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of the first loss guarantee here. When you go to the Sparrow Fund site, you will see the information about it. But roughly what it is in the event that one of these companies, as happens with many, many companies that start, fails to survive or goes out of business significantly within a particular period, I mean it's a 2-year period, which is when it's at its most risk, then the investors are somewhat protected, and there's a portion of their capital which is protected, and they can essentially have it returned and so on. Now, that's not what typically happens, I say to you as an investor, so it is a pretty compelling, it allows you to take some additional risk or support companies that you're not sure about, but you really want to help, because we all want to feed the future. And so with that, I just want to check Stephanie, we're there, right? So, right, all the information then will be available again at a link that will be sent out afterwards. For those watching online, please, Daniela is kind of moderating the online portion. She will send the link and the QR code. And with that, we'll go to the last 4, which is the, not mechanization, finance. Oh, okay. Well, I'll let Stephanie tell you because I might get it wrong. There we go. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Okay, so just before we have the last batch of startups and their videos here, there's someone from Farm Crowdy, and I'd like to bring him up on stages. And of course, he has skin in the game. He's been here for a while, so he'll just come and share a few words with us and pretty much give us his rap sheet about the agri-tech journey and how they were able to crack it. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I want to start by saying a big thank you to Project Sparrow and the coordinators of this program for this opportunity. I feel very delighted coming here to share a few nuggets, I'll say, that I feel will help the companies and startups here advance to the next level. I think I would say accountability is very key, and I like the fact that some risk structure, some risk management mechanism has been put in place to protect the investors and stakeholders coming on board. And I would say to the startups here, it's important that you put structures in place to manage your inventory controls. I know with agriculture generally, it's very operational. Sometimes we can get very into our business and our operations. But it's very important that you put structures in place to account for everything happening, for every naira that goes in and everything that is sold. The farmers you work with, it's very important that you're accounting for everything. And brings me down, to another very important point, which is around data. Understanding your key metrics. What are your key metrics for your business? Are you talking about distance covered, the weight of your trucks, or number of farmers you've been able to work with, their pain points? Understand your data, because it will help in telling a good story about your business and giving an overview of the general health of your business. I think that's another very key point. And also talking about sharing updates with your investors. It's very important that the investors do not have to wait 5 months before they know what's happening with your business. If there are any issues, you have pain points or you need clarification, it's always important to reach out and also update your stakeholders and investors on what's going on with the business. I think lastly is the fact that more than ever there's a lot of attention on African and Nigerian agriculture. I liken what's going on now to the granite pyramids, the cocoa period. There's that attention in Nigeria, especially because of what's happening in Europe. And I feel this brings a golden opportunity, for businesses like ours and startups here. What I would say is that it's very important we find out what has been done in the past, so that we can position ourselves properly for the future. And that means, leveraging on existing structures. Now more than ever, banks, I see Mr. Kuzai here from FCMB. Banks are very open and have a listening ear to the agricultural sector. It's very important that we understand what we're trying to do. So leverage on existing structures. Agency banking is now very big. So even in paying your farmers, in disbursing inputs or whatever you're trying to do, leverage on existing structures, rural structures that have been built over time. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and I'm very sure that we're going to have the next unicorns from the agricultural sector. Big ups.
No, you're actually not going anywhere. So I'm going to make a liar out of you because you said finally. But no, for the cohort that we've worked with, for the 73 phenomenal founders that are now walking the journey you've walked, I want you to tell them a little bit about Farm Crowdy and how you went from concept to the business you have today. And we have people listening from hopefully all over the world. We in a room may know Farm Crowdy, but you need to give us a little bit of color as to who and what you are. So after that, then you can go.
All right. Thank you very much for this. We started out in 2016 when the Nigerian government was trying to get young people interested in agriculture. And for a lot of people, it felt like we had to go back, to use hoe and cutlass, or nobody really got an idea of what anybody was talking about. I think for us, we started out with the cassava farmer, sat down with him, and we started to pull funds together to invest into that project. But I think in doing that, it showed a lot of opportunity about the space. We started understanding the deficit with the cassava production and the starch that is needed and all. And the question for us was, if we could solve the problems of this smallholder farmer, perhaps we could solve it on a larger scale. And obviously, we know the challenges they all have, and we've mentioned them: access to finance, agronomic practices, market access. For us at that point, the low-hanging fruit was access to finance. And what we did was to, get a pool of people and say crowdfunding. I think in doing that, we started seeing that beyond finance, and which brings me to a very key point. The sectors, the challenges in the agricultural sector demand a lot of stakeholder collaboration, and I'm very, very happy with what is going on here, where everybody that needs to be here or anybody that needs to be listening is under one roof. And it means when it comes to trade, when it comes to extension management, working with all these companies in one. And so we started Farm Crowdy, and working with farmers, we started disbursing inputs, seeds, fertilizers, insurance. At that point, there wasn't much of agricultural insurance. Now we have the likes of NISAD, and almost every insurance company has a product in place. So what we do at Farm Crowdy now is to plug in the resources and the finances that are available for the agricultural sector through the stakeholders, bringing everybody under one roof. That's pretty much what I've been up to.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'll let you go this time. Yeah. Great. Okay, Stephanie. All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Ifeanyi. Okay, so I'd like us to also quickly move on with the program. It's past 7. I'd like us to welcome the head of agribusiness at First City Monument Bank, FCMB, Mr. Kuzai Gumunyu. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I would like to thank the organizers of this event, LoftyInc, and the partners, West Africa Trade Investment Hub, USAID. Thank you for being part of this brilliant idea. I believe it's something that's going to produce the next unicorns, especially in the agri-tech space. Africa has got a lot of problems. Nigeria has so many problems. But problems have 1,000 solutions each. And those 1,000 solutions are ways of making money. Ideas and dreams that you have and the solutions that you have shown us today is the way of making it, of leapfrogging Africa and catch up with the rest of the world. I believe in Africa solving its own problems, and no one knows better than us who live in Africa, who experience the problems on a daily basis, and who know exactly what to do. Of course, there are things that prevent us from realizing those dreams, and in most cases is access to finance. Sometimes investors doubt the ideas that we have. Sometimes banks doubt the ideas that we have. But I would like to thank USAID, West Africa Trade Investment Hub, that they've come in to give comfort to banks, to give comfort to investors, so that we are able to invest in these brilliant ideas that we saw today. I believe this is now a hotbed of innovation, And FCMB, we believe in innovation. We believe in solving Africa's problem, especially in the agricultural value chain. We have played quite significantly in this space, and also we have partnered and also have had some agri-tech competitions which we are partnering even with LoftyInc. And we believe that's the way to solve Africa's perennial problems. And when we solve Africa's perennial problems, we are creating even more opportunities. We are making an impact. I've seen a lot of these ideas, they impact smallholder farmers. They impact the youth, they create employment, and I see they are also democratizing the market space. The old way where you have middlemen controlling the market, you are turning that one upside down. And you are linking farmers directly to buyers, which is a brilliant idea. You are making farmers more profitable, and you are bringing food more conveniently and cheaper to the market. We therefore believe that Project Sparrow is a start of very good things to come. And as FCMB, we are partnering you, and we believe we can expand this project even for the coming years. And we believe...
Okay, so how many of us have... Okay, if you really had great expectations, now I'm speaking to the founders who are present, and this program has lived up to your expectation. Can you just... Who's surprised? Who's blown away? I think because the doors are shut, people are still here, but we've actually put up, I can say that, we've actually put up a good show. That are innovating around the post-harvest management and processing problem that we face in Nigerian agriculture. And I'm just going to read something very little just to set the tone, and then we have the videos come up. I know the media team is ready for me. Okay, so despite the low productivity of the Nigerian agricultural sector, a lot of what is produced is also lost due to bad post-harvest management practices and inadequate storage and logistics. This further diminishes the impact of the already low productivity and deepens the poverty of the smallholder farmers that dominate the Nigerian agricultural landscape. The startups in this category will help solve some of these problems. We have CropSafe, Gwaza Soy, Kitovu, and Osomogbe, I'm so sorry, Osomogbe Global Ventures. And I know the media team is ready, so you will be seeing CropSafe, Gwaza Soy, Kitovu, and Osomogbe. Thank you. So media.
My name is Osagi Azeta. I'm one of the co-founders of CropSafe Agro Services. CropSafe is a storage and preservation company that uses innovative technology to preserve farmers' harvest. Nigeria loses $8 billion annually to post-harvest losses, and this has led to food insecurity, migration, poor nutrition, and unemployment. CropSafe has built a grain preservation and processing hub, and also a three-way access to market with using innovative technology to tackle this problem. Our preservation hub technology unique selling point is that it has a drying hub that reduces moisture in grain from 23% to 12% in 7 hours. This will take a farmer 2 to 3 weeks to achieve depending on climate change. It also preserves and eliminates weevils and preserve beans without the use of chemicals. These two has made farmers to make 30 to 35% increase in income due to reduction in losses, better quality grains, and higher value market. The market size for grain in Nigeria is enormous. Maize is $6 billion, rice is $3.7 billion, and the export market for beans is $336 million. Our products and services are in two phases. The first is the grain drying and commodities service. This, we have aggregated 1,000 farmers in Niger State. We've also adopted 3 women-only cooperative group that processes rice in Niger State, and we have brought these 2 groups together. We offtake from them, we dry their grains, and we're able to supply to off-takers and large buyers. We also process some of these grains. In our processing hub in Lagos, we have NAFDA certification for our products and FDA registration. Some of the products we have in our processing hub is beans, peeled beans, honey beans, rice, and rice flour. We've opened 50 stores. We have open access to 50 stores already in Lagos. We have exported one to the US. We have 2 distributors, and we've also created a buy now, pay later system. We are accessing the credit system in Nigeria to open up access to food for the common Nigeria using the buy now, pay later system. Our traction so far is, one, we have built these 5 tons dryers in Niger State using locally sourced materials, 7 times cheaper than imported ones. We have dried 200 tons of grain so far. We have set up 3 cooperative societies in Niger State. Our target market is first youth and women for the off-taking side. They are the most vulnerable. We have put them into cooperative, and through that cooperative, we are able to off-take, dry, and supply their commodities. We also have another side, which is the front end of market, processors and off-takers. Among our clients, flour mills, livestock, feeds, and Olams. Our business revenue is enormous. We have drying services, we make money from there. We aggregate and supply, we process and distribute. In 2021, we made 43 million revenue. In 2022, we made 55.7 million naira revenue so far. We are asking for $300,000, and we project revenue of 1.2 billion naira with that, at a 25% net profit. Our team is comprised of me as the CEO, Sagi Azeta. We have Sunday Azeta as the head of procurement, who is also a co-founder. William Ajatiton, head of operations, also a co-founder. And Aga, HR, and Amoze Ojo, marketing. My name is Osagi Azeta.
Good day. My name is Godfrey Michael Alon. I'm the founder and CEO of Guazaso Enterprise. Guazaso Enterprise was established in 2016 in order to solve the problem of food insecurity. In Nigeria, 19.4 million people are said to face food insecurity between June and August 2022. This is due to rising of food prices, insecurity in the country, and climate change. Also, we're solving the problem of child malnutrition. Globally, 45% of children under 5 were said to die of undernutrition. Families are doing their best to provide nutritious food for their children. What Guazaso Enterprise is doing is to source for soya beans from smallholder farmer and process it into valuable food products. In line with what we do, we are also addressing the sustainable development goal of number 2, zero hunger, number 3, good health and well-being, number 8, decent work and economic growth. In order to achieve all this, we have built an executive team of 5 people, with Godfrey Along as the founder and CEO, who has undergone several agricultural and innovations in soya beans innovation. We also have our purchasing manager, Alexander Itop, who has 6 years experience in the field and has been valuable to the company. Also, our nutritionist, Kezia Ishaya, who has 5 years experience with child nutrition and also nursing mothers. Guazaso Enterprise is an integrated agricultural processing company. Since 2016, we have been able to build 2 complete production lines, soya beans powder and soya beans milk, with a capacity of over 100 kg per hour. We have a technology of an integrated electrical machine powered by our 25 kVA generator, which helps us to sort, wash, mill, roast, dry, as well as a blender and a pasteurizer. All our product passes through a sterilizer to ensure hygienic products for our customers. Wellso Enterprise over 5 years have been able to mill 20 tons of grains and soya beans and process them into valuable food products. We are a soya beans focused company. We have been able to slightly raise over $50,000 through revenue, investment, and grants. Our market, we have an addressable market of 3% of 71 million low-income earners. We are currently serving 2,000 customers and have a plan to reach 20,000 in 1 year. Our distribution, we are already building local presence. We leverage on technology and partner with e-commerce companies in order to gain high visibility and presence. We're also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter in the short term. In the long term, we'll create a network of outgrower farmers scheme. We'll have a competition and we've identified our competitive edge where we have our key operational activities. We farm, harvest, and process into valuable food products at affordable prices. We also have a secured storage system to ensure availability of raw materials. Wellso Enterprise is seeking for the sum of $250,000 to improve our production capacity. We also have our mission to provide alternative protein through creating innovative, valuable products. Our vision is to grow into a big agro-integrated processing company enabled by innovation and technology, create wealth and goodwill for our investors, work with investors to achieve sustainable agriculture. Thank you. Good day. My name is Godfrey Michael Alon.
Hello everyone, my name is Wachin Emeremeka and I'm the founder and CEO of Kitovu Technology Company, a startup that builds climate-smart farm and post-harvest infrastructure for African smallholder farmers. 7 years ago, while I was volunteering with an NGO in north-central Nigeria, I met Hawa. Hawa is one of 64 million smallholder farmers who produce over 80% of all the food consumed in Nigeria, but cannot afford nutritious meals. And that's largely because Hawa and smallholder farmers like her rely on guesswork for most of the operational decisions, have limited access to financing, and effective storage solutions. We started Kitovu to enable smallholder farmers like Hawa improve their productivity and incomes. At Kitovu, we've built a digital agriculture operating system that enables us to provide smallholder farmers with personalized agronomic advisory bundled with quality inputs, access to storage, financing, and markets. But it all starts with data. First, our network of agents collect farmer and GPS coordinate data. We combine this with legacy soil data and satellite imagery to run an analysis in order to provide the smallholder farmers with personalized advisory bundled with quality inputs. At harvest, the farmer can simply sell his farm produce through our platform seamlessly, or he can choose to store and take advantage of market price appreciation. We make money through postpaid subscription for our Yield Max and Storage S plans at the rate of $14.5 per hectare and $6 per ton. We also make a 13% margin on farm gate prices when we supply commodity buyers with commodities. We work in a space that has a very huge market, but we are focused on about 2.29 million smallholder farmers in the grain and cassava value chain who have a market value of about 500 million across the demand for inputs and commodities. But we are hardly alone in this market. However, our differentiation is in our ability to provide smallholder farmers with a personalized agronomic advisory, as well as providing them an end-to-end solution from post-harvest infrastructure to access to inputs, all on a buy now, pay later basis. We have a rockstar team that has a combined 65 years experience across operations, business development, agronomy, technology, and sales. Working together, we've been able to train and onboard 317 agents to empower over 12,000 smallholder farmers and generated over 230,000 in revenue to date. These farmers have been able to increase their crop yields by 30%, reduce their input costs by 20%, achieve 100% access to markets, and increase their annual incomes by 40%. We've also enabled a reduction in greenhouse gas emissions by 180,000 tons. But we know we can do much more. And that's why we are looking to raise $500,000 in equity and $500,000 in debt. This would go into product development, marketing and sales, and financing our buy now, pay later plan. It will allow us to create 1,000 new income generating opportunities, onboarding 50,000 new smallholder farmers in the process. It will also allow us to achieve over $1 million in annual revenue by 2027. Kitovu is looking to create a resilient food system for African agriculture, where Hawa and farmers like her can increase their productivity and incomes. Join us as we transform African agriculture, one Hawa at a time. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Eugene Oshomoebe and I'm the founder of Oshomoebe Global Ventures Limited. Our company is into rendering of solar drying services to smallholder farmers as well as sales of the solar dryers too to them as well. Our solar dryers are locally fabricated but highly efficient, and our primary goal is to empower women, combat climate change, boost food security, and enforce the UN Sustainable Development Goals. The primary problem was solving is problem of post-harvest losses experienced by smallholder farmers, where they lost over 50% of what they produce annually to poor storage and other elements of post-harvest losses. And this accrues to 7.65 billion euros revenue loss annually. To operate our solution is quite simple. It's just a solar drying machine that is built from readily available materials that are durable and healthy. And at the same time, we can use this machine to dry various kinds of products ranging from fruit, grains to meat, fish, as well as root crops. So these are attractions so far, what we've been able to achieve. We've raised over $100,000 in funding and served over 1,500 smallholder farmers, and we have over 350 paying users, which have grown so far now to over 500 paying users. And our market size is, total addressable market size is $140 billion, and $50 billion stable addressable market and $1 billion target market, which comprises of 1 million smallholder farmers, which we intend to capture over the next 10 years. Our business model is both a service business and a sales business. For the service business, we render drying services to the smallholder farmers and to the aggregators that bring their products to our drying facility. And for the sales, we sell our solar dryers, and these are the prices of the various sizes that we have. Our customer value proposition, affordability of use, affordability in pricing and ease of use of our solution. Our solution is solar powered and has a faster drying time, to mention a few of the advantages that we have. And these are the SDG goals that we intend to focus on. And our go-to-market strategy, we first of all define what we are selling and who we are selling to and how we reach our customers, which is through our local distributors, wholesalers, retailers, sales agents as well. And our marketing strategy comprises of word of mouth, direct marketing, referral marketing, social media marketing, promos, and giveaways. Our ask is for $500,000 and this is how we intend to spend the money. 60% of these funds will go into scaling up our solar drying solution so that we can be able to dry up to 40,000 kilograms of perishable agricultural products weekly. We also want to expand our customer base with 10% of this fund, and a 20% of the fund will go into boosting our delivery structures so that we can get delivery vans, tricycles, and motorcycles that can be able to navigate terrains that would have not been able to get to easily by either foot or other means of transportation. And the last 10% of the fund will be focused on human resource development. We need to get more staffs that are well trained that can be able to help us handle our scaling up. Our return on investment to our investors is 40% over the next 2 to 3 years. And this is my team made up of myself, who have 9 years working experience in the renewable energy sector, And we have Joy Adava, who has 8 years working experience in the field of agriculture, and Otman Etawe, who is our finance manager. She has over 8 years working experience in the banking sector as well. Thank you so much for your time, and I strongly believe that together we can build a healthy environment, boost food security.
Good day, everybody. My name is Chukwuma Daniel. I am the head farmer of Orisha Farms Nigeria. Orisha Farms is a youth-driven farm organization based in Lagos. We have different imprints all over Nigeria. We have in Kaduna, Ogun State, Delta State, but we are mostly focused in Lagos State and in the Nigerian aquaculture sector. Orisha Farms usually believes that the more involvement of youths and women in the Nigerian agriculture sector will bring about the results that we all desire for the Nigerian agriculture sector, which is more increase in production. For a brief situation about the Nigerian food feed security system, Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people, which is growing daily. And out of these 200 million people, we have 21% of this population that has experienced hunger in one form or the other. When we look at the Nigerian fish situation, Nigeria consumes a whopping 3.2 million tons of fish every year, but out of this number, we are only able to produce about 900,000 kg, which means about 75% of our annual fish production is imported in Nigeria. This number is hugely unsustainable, especially for a country that is projected to reach over 400 million people by 2050. So this figure is unsustainable, and there is a need to increase the fish production in Nigeria. So here are a few challenges why fish production is very low in Nigeria. First of all, farmers have low access to land. Farmers cannot access land. Farmers do not have requisite knowledge about best aquaculture farming practices. Farmers do not have the best water quality systems for their farms, and there's high cost of feed in Nigeria, and so on and so forth. All these factors put together creates a system where Nigeria is unable to produce enough fish for our consumption. But there is a solution. This is why we are pushing for cage culture. So cage culture is a new technology system of farming fish on top of existing water bodies like lakes, rivers, lagoon, etc. With this technology of fish farming, farmers will be able to produce large mass of fish sustainably on existing water body. So with cage culture system of fish farming, farmers are able to produce large mass of fish sustainably on existing water body without having huge impact. As I've said earlier, Nigeria imports a whooping water quality is at the utmost and optimal level. It's also use this equity investment to raise awareness. As we've said earlier, we are very intentional to replicate our success in cage culture fish farming. So we also want to
Thank you, Orisha Farms. And that's a wrap in terms of the video pitches that we have here this evening. But I'd like to thank everyone who has been here from the beginning of the program, everyone who's seated here in this hall. Our Abuja people, you are not left out. I'd like to thank line as well. Connectivest allows you to do that. You want to look through their decks, you need additional information, you can always reach out to us via the phone numbers, the emails that we will provide, and we will furnish you with that information. I'd like to thank everybody. I will not do that by myself. I will bring up someone who's inspirational to me. I'll tell you, I've known him for a while, but I think every one of us here has known him. So today, it's my pleasure to bring up on this podium the founding partner of LoftyInc Capital Management, Mr. Idris Bello, to give us the vote of thanks, share a few nuggets of wisdom, and then we'll call it a day. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Stephanie. So I'm literally the only thing standing between you and the refreshments outside. Okay. So I've been asked to give the vote of thanks, but I want to briefly use the opportunity to talk about planting seeds. And that's literally what we're doing here today. I happen to have attended a very old school in the UK called the University of Oxford. And there's a story that is told at Oxford about New College. Unlike what the name would have you believe, New College was founded in 1379. And one of the things at Oxford are the dining halls. They have large dining halls where you have formal meals. And in those dining halls, you have beams, right, that are up there in the dining hall that have been there for years. It is said that a couple of decades ago, they noticed that the beams at New College were being attacked by beetle. They were getting beetly, right? And it was said, we need to replace these beams. And then the question was, where do you find beams of such high quality to replace these beams? So they called one of the junior fellows, who then said, let us ask the foresters, because each college has large expanses of land, right, that is managed by foresters. They called one of the foresters, and they said, where do we find beams to replace this? And they said, they are ready. We have been waiting for you to ask for 500 years. And what was learned was that when the college was founded, in the same year they founded the college and made the beams, they actually planted a grove of oak trees, because they didn't eventually beams get beetly, right? And then you plan ahead for them and you plant the trees before they are needed. And that was how they were replaced. And that shows long-term thinking. But there are two things I wanted to take from this. The first one is, as we have found during COVID and with the Ukraine war, by the time you realize food insecurity, it is too late to solve the problem. Food insecurity is one of the problems you have to solve decades before it occurs. By the time you realize it's happening, it's almost too late. And you saw countries lock in their borders when the COVID happened. And even you've seen what's happened with wheat in the last couple of years. So in the last year with the Ukraine and Russia war. That's the first thing. The other thing is about planting seeds. Planting seeds is never glamorous. It's messy. And most people don't see it. What people see is the harvest, is the end product. And that's what we're doing here today. It's messy. It's not glamorous. And you're not even sure which seeds are going to survive. But I speak from experience as someone who has been in this ecosystem for the past decade and more. 2010, we sat down in Lagos here to plant a seed for Innovation Hub when there were no hubs. Today, we see the fruits. 2012, we sat down here to start what is now called the Lagos Angel Network. Today, we see the fruits, and there are amazing people like Abiola here who run the Angel Network. 2013, we planted a seed called Fora, which became Andela. Today, most people in this room know what is Andela. But at the time the seed was being planted, nobody knew what it would become. 2016, we joined forces to plant a seed called Flutterwave. Today, everybody knows what Flutterwave is. And that is the opportunity you have here today, to be a part of planting these seeds. A lot of these things, that's what startups, they don't look glamorous. They look funny. But that's the nature of seed planting. Right? You don't know what's going to survive. But the idea is seeds are being planted. And sometimes even if it's just one that survives, it makes a huge difference to generations. And that is what we're calling upon you today, to partner with USAID, our partners, with the West Africa Trade Investment Hub, with FCMB, with LoftyInc Capital, with AG and other partners in supporting this. Agri-tech is not fancy. It's not very attractive. But I bet there's no one here today who has not eaten, right? And that's the nature of these things. We run away from it, but again, It is at the heart of who we are, right? As Kevin was explaining earlier about the sectors we focus on. So I thank you very much for coming around today, and we look forward in the next couple of weeks, months, and years that we work together. Not every one of these ideas are going to succeed, but the fact that they are trying is all we need. Just in case it needs something else, it inspires something else, and that we just one seed from this could become a large forest. And that's why we do this. We don't do this because we think all of these things are going to succeed, but we just need one seed to actually truly transform into a forest. And that is why we do this. So thank you very much to all the organizers, to our partners, to our investors, to Stephanie and everybody who has put this together. It is indeed a great pleasure to be here with you, and I look forward to joining forces with you all from AAG, from other places, in really transforming this into great successes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So thank you, everybody. Refreshments are outside. I don't know. There's nothing I can say that can beat that. So can we just please open the door and let everybody go and have refreshment? Thank you. It's been a pleasure. On behalf of the Innovation Hub team, the project manager, Jibola Abdulaziz, thank you for honoring us with your presence. Thank you, Kevin, for really sitting with us every time. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you, Charles and the projects team, Daniela, Messi, Emma, everyone in Abuja, all the partner hubs across the feature states. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a good evening.